And we start this afternoon with the very latest on the investigation into the police killing of Patrick Lyoya in Grand Rapids. No charges have been announced yet against the officer involved, and because he has not been charged with the crime, his name has not yet been released.
Today, his family's lawyers released the findings of an independent autopsy, and 13 on Your Side's Joshua Vincent was in Detroit as they were announced.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, alongside Vin Johnson, a lawyer from the Detroit area, revealed the independent autopsy showing that Patrick Lyoya was shot in the back of the head by a Grand Rapids police officer, saying their findings prove that the 26-year-old was recklessly, unnecessarily killed by the very person who was supposed to protect and serve him. Going into graphic details with diagrams to explain his conclusion, Dr. Werner Spitz, hired by the family, is a forensic pathology expert who've worked on the shooting investigations of President Kennedy and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Spitz says his findings concluded that Lyoya died as the result of a single gunshot wound that entered the back of his skull near the midline. He says he believed the gun was pressed to the back of his head. The bullet traveled up the right side of his skull and lodged near his right temporal bone. He continued to say there was, quote, no other injury on Lyoya's body other than the fatal gunshot wound. Additionally, Dr. Spitz says Lyoya could have lived for another 56 years had he not been killed. Johnson telling reporters at the press conference there weren't any other wounds found on Lyoya's body, saying he never fought with the officer.
He wasn't fighting. What he was ultimately doing was trying to defend himself and push the officer away from him. But if you notice, you never see a fist, you never see a knife, no baseball bat, no gun, no nothing.
Johnson said, yes, Lyoya did resist, but that should not have cost him his life. Additionally, he said they are awaiting the body camera footage and wants to know why did it shut off right before the fatal shot. This is the second autopsy performed on Lyoya. The first was done by the Kent County Medical Examiner. Those findings will not be released to the public until Michigan State Police finish their investigation. Reporting from Detroit, Joshua Vincent, 13 on Your Side.
And the city of Grand Rapids released a short statement following the results of the independent autopsy.
A spokeswoman said, quote, it would be inappropriate to comment on any aspect of the case while the official Michigan State Police investigation is still underway.
The Michigan Department of Civil Rights wants to team up with the State Attorney General and the Department of Justice to investigate whether the Grand Rapids Police Department engages in discriminatory patterns and practices.
13 on Your Side's Carla Byron joining us from the newsroom now. And Carla, how many complaints against GRPD is the Department of Civil Rights investigating right now?
Kirk, Val, they're looking into 29 individual complaints ranging from use of force to racial profiling to traffic stops. These are complaints they've gotten over the last several years, many since 2019. As a whole, the department has received more than 60 complaints against GRPD. They haven't received one related to the death of Patrick Lyoya. The department's executive director says this type of collaborative request is rare.
I don't know if this has happened in the past, but because of the volume of complaints that we receive in that area, we felt it was necessary, and the limited resources that our department has, we felt it was necessary to collaborate with a larger law enforcement agency in order to investigate what we know already.
Johnson adds they're the smallest state department with 88 employees, 29 of whom are investigators with cases they're already handling. The department expects to hear back from the AG's office next week on whether they can collaborate on this effort. I'll have more tonight at 6.
Thank you, Carla. And stay with 13 on Your Side as we continue to cover the police shooting death of Patrick Lyoya.
We will have complete coverage of his funeral starting on Friday. Meantime, you can see all of our past coverage, including more details from that independent autopsy and video of downtown demonstrations right now on 13onyourside.com.